To the people that are going to have their Thanksgiving Day dinners after the game, you won't have to worry about this. But for the families that are, just make sure that you cut your portions down this year. You don't want to get too much alcohol and that tryptophan in your system. You don't want to snooze through this Turkey Day tussle in Big D. Mike Owens is here. I'm Adrian Fedke. I'm ready to go. I've been waiting for this game all year. What about you, Mike?
Well, as you can see, I'm pumped up for this game. I even put my nice hat on here, like I'm going down to Dallas for the game. But I won't be going down to Dallas for the game. I will be watching it here in Philadelphia with my family. And I will be wearing my Earths jersey. Hopefully he gets a little bit more involved so I can cheer for him on Thanksgiving. But I'll tell you what, when the schedule came out before the season, I just didn't put one circle around this game. Not two. I put three circles around this game. Because that's how much I've been anticipating this game. And you even heard it, the second half of the Eagles-Titans game at Lincoln Financial Field. The chants weren't for the Eagles. They were chants like Dallas suck, and we want Dallas. Because at halftime, that Titans game was over. And we had our appetizer, and now it's time for the main course.
Oh, man. Thanksgiving. The Eagles have a 4-1 career record on Turkey Day. The last game they played was a 48-20 drubbing of the Arizona Cardinals, but you know that's not really a true Turkey Day game. A true Turkey Day game is against Dallas, against Detroit, and the last one before that was a 27-0 blanking of the girls in 1989. That was the Bounty Bowl game. So yeah, the Eagles put a $200 bounty on Luis Zedejas, kicker the Eagles had prior to the year, and Troy Aikman. So I don't know if there are going to be some bounties, but I would give someone like $1 million to take out Des Bryant.
You might want to raise that to $2 million because it would be nice if they could take him out of this game. But it'll be Thanksgiving, and you know that Des Bryant will be crying during the game at some point. So he might, need his baby bottle. And I'm sure that we'll have that ready for him.
Actually, I gave him the wrong name. He's actually Des Bryant. I mispronounced his name.
Yes, he mispronounced. But this is, one of those games that you need this stress ball. You need to squeeze it really good because this is going to be a game where you're sitting on the edge of your seat and just waiting for the next play to happen because there's probably going to be a decent amount of scoring in this game. And the way that Sanchez has been playing recently, well, he gets you a little bit nervous. He looks good. Everything's fine. And then all of a sudden, you have to squeeze that stress ball as you see him wind up and throw it high for an interception. So, I'll tell you what, this game could go either way, and it's really going to be a hell of a game. I mean, it couldn't have set up any better. Both teams coming into this game at 8-3. I mean, the NFL couldn't ask for much more.
Oh boy! Oh my God! Yeah, let's talk a little food right now, just quickly prior to going to this preview, because you're gonna eat your dinner after the game. You said like you normally eat it during halftime. I normally eat around 2:30, and that's the way our family's always done it. And I'll tell you what, I love the turkey leg. I love the stuffing. I mean, I stuff my face with the stuffing. I make love to the stuffing. I like me some cranberry sauce, some mashed potatoes, some sweet potatoes, and oh my God, I can't wait. But like I said, I'm gonna have to cut my portions down because I always fall asleep during the Dallas game. And the last couple of years, you can't really blame me. I mean, Dallas has played teams like Oakland last year. Matt McGloin started on Thanksgiving last year. Oh my God! So at least the NFL got it right and bump up the ratings with this year's matchup. But yeah, it's been like Miami, Washington, Oakland last year. So the games have been horrible. So yeah, I can't wait for this one. What are you into? I'm stuffing turkey leg guy.
Me? Yeah. I'm a big, stuffing guy. I like a lot of, mashed potatoes, um, some cranberries. But really, this day, this will be a drinking day. And, you know, I think I'm going to go with a nice Hoegaarden. It's going to be a Hoegaarden day for me. So I'm going to have to pick up my case before I go to work today. But, I better take this hat off because, even though the game is in Dallas, we're getting ready for a snowstorm here in Philadelphia. So,
Uh,
pardon me while I switch hats. I have to switch over to my winter hat.
there it is.
There we are.
Oh my God! All right, so um, yeah, at halftime, Pitbull is playing at halftime. So for everyone, that's when you want to get your dessert in. So your pumpkin pie, your apple pie, whatever you want to do. If you put some ice cream on the apple pie, that's when you want to do it. Because Pitbull, well, he blows. If you're a Pitbull fan, then take away your man card. Um, and the other thing I want to say, you're gonna have Hogarth. I just bought myself a case of pumpkin beer, some pumpkin beer. I mean, this stuff is, oh my God, it's almost better than sex. It's not better than sex, but it's almost better than sex. So it's really good. I can't wait to chug a couple of those during the game. But now let's talk about the game because to me, the big thing that the Eagles are going to have to do is pressure Tony Romo, and we saw the Redskins blitz him every play, and it pretty much worked. But on Sunday against the Giants, that last drive, that concerned me a little bit because Romo had like 8 to 9 seconds to scan the field, and when the offensive line is playing like that, it's going to be pretty tough for Romophobia to kick in.
Yeah, Romo, he was able to sit back there, drink a few beers before he threw that football against the Giants. Yeah, that was just horrible by the Giants defensive line there. The Eagles are going to have to do a much better job because I'll tell you what, if Romo has 7 seconds to sit back there in the pocket, it doesn't matter how much suntan lotion we bring to the game. Our supply is going to run out pretty fast because Romo is just going to burn our cornerbacks and our safeties. So you go back and you mentioned that Washington game where Washington blitzed Romo, pretty much all out blitzes most of the game. And I think if the Eagles want to have success in this game to getting to Romo, they're going to have to do something similar. They're going to have to bring a ton of pressure, and whatever they got to do, they've got to do it to get to Romo because he's a guy that can be elusive, and when he extends the play, that's when he's most dangerous. So they're going to have to make sure when they get to him, they hit his arm or they take him down.
Yeah, and they're also they're gonna have to swarm tackle him too because he likes to do that little spin move to anticipate that because there's been a lot of plays this season. Get out of a sack, spin away from it, throw the ball downfield to Des Bryant. I saw this against Houston for one example. He does this a lot. And another play in the Houston game, he went to Terrence Williams for a touchdown. So got to anticipate the spin, get to Romo, blitz that motherfucker all night, all game. Got to get him down. So that's really the key to the game to me. I don't know who's going to stop Des Bryant, to be honest with you. I mean, this secondary is just awful. I'm sure he's going to be lined up all over the field. So that's a concern. If he gets time, if Romo gets time, and it's going to be a long day if that happens.
Yeah, another guy you always got to worry about is Jason Witten. He always seems to have good success against the Eagles, so he's another guy that they're going to have to watch out for. And then obviously, you have Murray coming out of the backfield, having an unbelievable season. Now, the Cowboys love to run that stretch play with him, and the Eagles are going to have to do their best to try to stop it.
Yeah, and you bring up Murray now. I'll talk about this. I'm not so concerned about Murray. Now, he'll probably go for like, 80, 90 yards, 100 yards. I mean, he's gone for over 111, 10 of 11 games this season. He's been unbelievable. The offensive line is doing a great job. But Connor Barwin's specialty is setting the edge, and he's really good at doing that, really adept at doing that. And I think he'll do, I think he'll do fine. I think the Eagles will actually be able to limit Murray pretty well. The stretch play kind of plays to the Eagles' advantage. And you look at a guy like Michael Kendricks. I mean, how good is he going sideline to sideline on those stretch plays? So I think, the Eagles will be able to stop the run. Watch, Murray will probably go off for like 180 yards or something. But on the stretch plays this season, they've done a great job. They shut down Alfred Morris against Washington. They shut down Arian Foster. Houston likes to run the stretch play. So I think they'll be okay. I understand, Murray's on pace to, not only lead the league in rushing, but he might go for 2,000 yards this season. So they've been really utilizing him. But I think the Eagles will be okay. Romo might throw for 400 yards. That's the thing that concerns me.
Yeah, no, you're right. The key to stopping that stretch play is having a very athletic defensive line and athletic linebackers, and that's definitely one thing the Eagles have a lot of. So they should be all right there. And like you said, Murray will definitely, get his yardage. He'll probably be close to 100 yards. But really for me, is going to come down to if the Eagles can get McCoy going. I think they really need McCoy to have a better game than Murray in this one. And, McCoy, he was able to get to the second level against the Titans. I mean, it doesn't say much, but once he got to the second level, you could see what he can do. And we've kind of been missing that all year. So he's going to have to do it again in this game. And once he gets to the second level, he's fine.
Yeah, we're going to get back to McCoy in a second because there's something else I really wanted to bring up really quick. Because you brought up Witten, and I think Witten might have a day. If Emmanuel Acho can't go, I mean, not that he's great in coverage or anything, but who the fuck's going to cover Witten? Because Casey Matthews stinks in coverage. I mean, Marcus Smith, yeah, I mean, come on, that's not going to happen. I mean, he's athletic and stuff, but he doesn't play linebacker. That's not his natural position. Inside linebacker. So, that might be a big concern for the Eagles' defense is Witten, Des Bryant, and, especially if they can't get pressure on Romo. So, Witten, I'm kind of scared of him in this game.
Yeah, no, it's a major concern. Like I said, Witten's the guy that's always killed us in the past, so it definitely, wouldn't surprise me if he did the same thing in this game. And, Marcus Smith, boy, he's getting thrown right into the fire here. He hasn't really played at all season, but I have a feeling that Acho is not going to be 100%. So you're probably going to see a good amount of Marcus Smith, and well, hopefully he's been practicing a lot because they're going to need him, and he better not mess up.
Oh boy, Marcus Smith. Yeah, I mean, I'm not going to give up on the guy because we all knew coming in that he was going to be a project, but man, he just hasn't even really seen the field. I mean, I don't know. We'll see about him in a couple years. Maybe he'll blossom late like Brandon Graham. But it's a little concerning. I mean, I'm not like saying he's a bust yet. Because I'm not like everyone else. But it's concerning that he's not even seeing the field really.
Yeah, I mean, nobody really wants to hear project when you talk about a first round pick.
Yeah.
But that's what the Eagles are saying. And the one thing that really concerns me is that reports are coming out that there's growing concern at the NovaCare complex that the staff doesn't have much faith in Marcus Smith, and they believe that he might be a bust. And, well, we all remember Danny Watkins, and right now, well, actually, Danny Watkins will probably be around on Sunday because he fights fires in Dallas. So he might actually make an appearance. He might be in the stadium, in case there was an emergency.
All right, so let's talk about McCoy now. Because it's funny. These Eagles fans are just so funny. So they're like proclaiming that Shady's back. I mean, come on, guys. All right. We kind of predicted this was going to happen. Like, he's going to go running for over 100 yards, and like all of a sudden people are like, oh, well, he's back now. No, he's not. He's not fully back yet. All right, because Tennessee, they were the 31st ranked run defense in the NFL. Okay, so let's just let the process play out. Now, with that being said, though, at least he went for 130 yards. It wasn't like less than 100. But like you said, the offensive line was finally getting him to the second level, and we saw what he could do in space. His previous season high coming into that game was 28 yards, his single high run. He had a 53-yarder. I guess it was the first quarter, maybe it was the second quarter, but on that play, the jump cut he made, vintage McCoy. This is what he does when he gets out in open space. So he makes it wiggle, and he makes it wiggle in all of our pants too. So, let's get him to the edge. Let's get him to the second level. And he really is the key to this game, in my opinion. You got to get him going. Sanchez, we'll talk about him in a second. But, yeah, I'm not trusting Marky Mark so far.
Yeah, well, I think that the offensive line really stepped up against the Titans. Probably one of their better games of the season. You can kind of start to see that chemistry start to build again with Mathis and Kelsey along that left side of the line. And they actually ran the ball a lot to the left side against the Titans. So hopefully they can continue to do that. And getting McCoy to the second level, like we said, that's the key. And obviously, you can't say he's back after one good game. We got to wait until he goes up against the Cowboys here, a solid team, and see what he can do. But they really need to get Shady back on track if they want to go and make a pretty big playoff run here, because he's really the key. Because now this leads into Sanchez, and now they're really not going to be able to rely on Sanchez to get the job done. They're going to have to rely on McCoy.
Yeah, they really are. And speaking of Sanchez now, see, we tried warning people about this. All the people that wanted him instead of Foles. He's turning the ball over more than Foles is. 8 turnovers compared to 7 touchdowns. 8 turnovers. That's a lot. And the one wasn't his fault against the Titans because, Cooper, he fight for the ball like he does at the concerts, the country concerts. But the second one, definitely his fault. Threw it way over the guy, and this is what we've seen from Sanchez. When he's going bad, he throws high and he throws picks.
Yeah, it's really been a case of Sanchez throwing stupid interceptions. A lot of these interceptions that he's throwing, he can really avoid. So he's just got to relax. And really, in this Chip Kelly system, if the play isn't there, you really just got to throw the ball away and live for the next down. And turnovers have just killed us at the quarterback position all year long. No matter if it's Foles in there or Sanchez, they've both made some really bad decisions, especially with their footwork. Sanchez, his one interception against the Titans, he had really bad footwork. So, yeah, it's one of those things where Sanchez just needs to relax, and I kind of brought this up jokingly before the show where they should just roll out Sanchez every play and have him throw, because he's outstanding throwing the ball on the run outside of the pocket. And a great example of that was his throw to James Casey, for a touchdown against the Titans. But yeah, it's pretty crazy because he's kind of really shocked me with his ability to throw on the run.
Yeah, and I'm glad you brought that up because that was going to be my next point. Get him rolling out a little bit more because he tends to throw a good ball on the run. It wasn't just the Casey one. He also had one to, Riley Cooper that went for like 20 or so yards down to the 1 yard line. So throws really well on the run, and I like to see more of that. So maybe get some play action bootlegs if you can establish a running game. So I really like to see that. Now we'll talk a little bit about this Dallas defense. Uh, you know, they've shocked us all this season. Let's face it. We thought this was going to be one of the worst defenses of all time. The front seven coming in was just absolutely abysmal. No more DeMarcus Ware. Sean Lee went down for the season. So we were like, how is this team going to stop anybody? Well, at least I thought they were going to be 6-10 this year because I just didn't think their defense was good enough. We all knew how good the offense was, but if you're going to give up 30 plus points a game, there's nothing the offense can do. So, but Rod Marinelli has done, beyond outstanding. He has been phenomenal for them. They've had some guys step up. Rolando McClain has been the one guy that's really stood out for me. This guy he quit the NFL. He took his ball home to Alabama, and he's come back strong, and he's really leading the way for that defense. Now, I will say this defense can definitely be had, okay? It's not like they're great or anything. They're just, marginally respectable, all right? It's kind of like our defense was last year. It can be had. It's just not the worst in the league. And especially once Justin Durant went down against Washington on Monday night, this defense isn't as good. So I think you can throw the ball on them. The Giants were moving the ball at will against that defense. They scored touchdowns on their first 3 drives. And, Manning, oh my God. But one time we fucking root for the guy. And, he just pulls a Sheila. Adds another chapter to the book of Sheila.
Boy, yeah, that was very, very frustrating. Eli, bad interception, really the turning point in that game. Dallas comes back and wins. And, you're pissed off after the game because the Giants could have helped us out. But then, at the same time, this is what we wanted. We wanted both teams to go into the game 8-3. So, here we are, and you talk about their defense. The other guy that's actually been playing pretty well, you're talking about the linebackers with McClain, but in their secondary, they have Orlando Scandrick, who is, really been their best guy in the secondary this year. He's really stepped it up and is playing pretty well for him. But, like you were saying, I feel like this is a Cowboys defense that is it's just like waiting to be exploited. And it's just a matter of when it's going to happen. Now, what I'll be interested to see is how the Cowboys defense reacts to the Eagles' up-tempo offense. This is not like one of those things where you can just prepare for the Eagles' offense in 1 week. Let alone 4 days. This is a very fast offense that the Eagles are running. It's especially faster when Sanchez is in there. They're running a play every 15 to 20 seconds. So I really feel like what the Eagles are going to have to do is they're going to have to stay in this game, and if they can get it to the fourth quarter where it's close, they might be able to really wear down that Cowboys defense. And I think if they're able to do that, then they could really start to run the ball and, really just put the game away.
2 guys for that Dallas defense that have stood out. Well, you brought up Orlando Scandrick. That guy's he's been playing pretty well this year. He's always been kind of like an underrated guy, but he's really come into his own this year. They also have Brandon Carr, their other starting corner. But the 2 guys that I think have really stepped up this season for them as well. Tyron Crawford, he was a 2012 pick for them. He's like really kind of come into his own this season. And the other guy is a rookie. His name is Anthony Hitchens. I believe he's starting for Durant. So he's been playing well as well. So, it's a no-name defense, but they've got guys that have played well this year that have shocked me. And it's really incredible. It really is. I hate to give Dallas credit, but that defense shocked me. Man, that's all I got to say. Rod Marinelli has, he's mixed up the right potion to get that defense going.
Yeah, well, I mean, it really comes down to them playing team defense, and that's what they're doing. There's really not, one guy that steals the show. It's really a team effort, and you kind of see that every week with them. So, yeah, I mean, it's weird like giving the Cowboys credit, but for a defense that was supposed to come into the season as one of the worst ever in the NFL. They've really done a pretty good job because when you talk about them, they're really not a weakness.
Yeah. And moving on to another topic, I think a key thing in this game will be third down, staying on the field in third down situations. The Giants did an outstanding job on third down. I don't have the stats in front of me, but
Yeah,
I do know that the Eagles, I believe they went 10 of 19 against Tennessee on third down. And the guy to me that's really stepping up in those situations has been Jordan Matthews. This guy has really thrived with Mark Sanchez under center. That's your boy. On those crossing routes, he's been unbelievable in those, to move the chains.
yeah. I mean, you gotta love what Jordan Matthews is doing right now. We saw this in training camp and the preseason games, so this really isn't a surprise to us. But it's just nice to see him, finally starting to get the ball a lot and to be able to do his thing. You know, Foles had his connection there with Cooper, and Sanchez has his connection with Jordan Matthews. Now, the one thing is I mean, obviously Sanchez looks to Matthews a tremendous amount of time, but the one guy that they can't forget about is Macklin. If there's, one thing that I would like to see more of is more of that deep throw to Macklin that they like Foles and Macklin had that kind of connection. I would like to see Sanchez kind of try to develop that with Macklin too, because they need to get a threat down the field as well with Sanchez in there.
Yeah, I agree. Macklin's, not that he's been non-existent or anything. He hasn't put up the same numbers that he did in the first half of the season with Sanchez now at quarterback. Gotta get him the ball more often. I mean, this guy was on fire. This guy was, on pace to shatter multiple Eagles receiving records. He still might be on pace if he can put a couple of games together. He was on pace to set the single season yardage record, receptions record, and touchdown record. So, gotta get this guy the ball more. Completely agree. And I think you can against this secondary. I don't think safeties are that good. Barry Church is okay, but I think he can go deep, split the safeties, and gotta get him more involved. Definitely do.
Yeah, no, I completely agree. Can't forget about Macklin because I mean he's really having a hell of a year. He made some great catches against the Titans. The one thing that Macklin is really good at is he's really good along the sideline. He makes these great catches along the sideline, gets both feet in bounds. So yeah, gotta respect Macklin for that. He's yeah, I mean, there's a chance actually that the Eagles could have two 1,000-yard receivers because they're both on pace right now.
Yeah, yeah, that's a crazy thing to think about. Um, the other thing that we kind of have to improve on again is the red zone efficiency. It's rearing its ugly head again. Sanchez started like 7 of 7 in his touchdown rate in the red zone, and I wish I had this stat, but I didn't think about doing it until now. So, but I know they were settling for a lot of field goals against Tennessee. It happened the week prior, so gotta do better in the red zone, especially against Dallas, because this is another game. It's gonna go score for score, just like that Green Bay game. So, gotta get 7. Can't settle for 3.
Yeah, I mean, a game against the Titans, you can settle for,
Yeah.
5 Parky field goals. And you can get away with throwing some interceptions and turning the ball over. And that's why the Eagles, they're 7-0 against teams that are, have a 500 or worse record this year. Now, that shows that the Eagles have that good coaching because usually, good teams, well, sometimes they lay an egg against bad teams. Well, the Eagles haven't done that this year, and that's one of the reasons why their record is as good as it is. But the problem is, uh, we haven't been able to beat good teams. So we're going into a stretch here: Dallas, Seattle, Dallas. Eagles are going to have to go 2-1 and prove that they can beat good teams. And in order to do that, definitely going to have to limit the turnovers and definitely going to have to limit the amount of times that Parkey is on the field.
Yeah, yeah, definitely. And let's talk about that right now because I don't think people are, giving the Eagles enough credit for beating the bad teams because they're like, well, all they can do is beat the bad teams. Well, they're 7-0 against them, and they're not losing to them. They're not laying eggs. They're putting themselves in a position to succeed and to grab, possibly not only just another NFC East title and probably a 3 seed, but they can, if say Arizona or Green Bay falters down the stretch, they can get a first round bye. That would be really nice. And it's because they've beaten on the bad teams. They haven't, that Houston game, could have lost that game. They could have laid an egg against them. Didn't happen. I'm trying to think of other ones. What other ones were they on the road? I'm like completely blanking right now. But yeah, they're not losing these games. So, yeah, they're 0-3 against the top tier of the NFC. But what? They were all on the road. So this is going to be another one on the road. And I mean, yeah, the next 3 games is really going to tell us, how good this team really is. I mean, you played Dallas twice, and Seattle. 2 of those games are going to be at home. So, you got to go 2-1 in this stretch to make the postseason. Especially if you want to win the division. 10-6 might get you in the playoffs this year, but it may not. The NFC's been really good this year. So you got to go at least 2-1, and this is, the opportunity for the Eagles to kind of prove those skeptics wrong.
Yeah, well, it's kind of crazy because the Eagles lead the NFL in turnovers, and you're thinking, well, how in the world are they 8-3 if they lead the NFL in turnovers? Well, I'll tell you where they make it up, and that's special teams. Now, I kind of feel like this is an area that we really don't talk about enough because honestly, it's been no difference to the whole entire season. And really, the one guy that's been the biggest difference of them all is Sproles. I mean, this guy back there on punt returns, he just adds a whole nother dimension. He at least gets you, 10 to 15 yards on every return, and he's also got the ability to bring it back to the house. So having a guy back there that's such a big threat, I mean, it helps out tremendously. And then you get a kickoff return here and there from Polk and Huff. It just adds a whole nother dimension to the team. And also, the coverage units for the most part they played pretty well. So I think a lot of people kind of overlook special teams, but they've I believe the number is they've had 10 non-offensive touchdowns, which I mean, that's really just outrageous.
No, it's very outrageous. The Eagles are only from tying the 1998 Seattle Seahawks for the all-time mark. I mean, that's incredible. And last season this special teams unit was an abomination. Chip made wholesale changes during the offseason, and he's one of the few head coaches that takes pride in special teams because it is an overlooked unit. A lot of coaches overlook this aspect. A guy that immediately comes to mind that takes it seriously is John Harbaugh. Obviously, he was a special teams coach here in Philadelphia. But Chip takes great pride in this. Signed Chris Maragos during the offseason. Signed Brian Bremen during the offseason. These are 2 guys we're like, what are they signing these guys for? Well, we're seeing why they're signing these guys. The special teams unit probably the best in Eagles history, and got rid of Alex Henry, brought in Cody Parkey, so we're making field goals now. Everything's going into the end zone on the kickoffs. But, we bring up the Huff and the Polk touchdowns. It's more the blocking than it's been, Huff Polk. I mean, for Polk to score a touchdown on a kickoff return almost baffles me. You never think of this guy as a kickoff guy. And the one for Huff, all he had to do was run down the sideline. He had, like, all the space in the world. What a great job by the special teams to set the blocking for him and lead him down the sideline. Huff did make a nice little stiff arm around the 30 yard, not the one on the kicker. Okay, the kicker, it's the kicker. So you're always going to stiff arm the kicker. But the one around the 30, that was nice. Huff, propelled him to the 107-yard kickoff return for a score, and that was the longest play in Eagles history.
Yeah, you talk about the block. The block's really been outstanding on those kickoff returns for touchdowns. And you especially saw it on the Huff one. The Eagles even said, after the game that they knew exactly what the Titans were going to do on that kickoff. So they had the blocking all set up. Huff just ran right through the lane, and it was a touchdown. And, that was one of those things where Huff, when he started to bring it out, and you're like, what are you doing? You freaking moron. Again, here he goes, Huff being an idiot. And, well, thank God the blocking was there, and he did get a nice stiff arm and went down the sideline for a score. But it kind of felt like that was a big play for Huff because he really needed a confidence booster. I mean, this guy, he was depressed. He was really depressed. So he needed something to get his confidence going again, and hopefully that's what he needed.
Yeah, I said this in the show yesterday. It's a start, all right? He still hasn't won my heart yet. He's made too many mistakes for me to hop on his bandwagon. I remember the red zone fumble. I remember the pass that you dropped that led to the pick. Let's not forget about that pathetic attempt to tackle Micah Hyde. So, that's 3, all right? So you did 1 good thing and 3 bad things. So you still got to do 2 more. So if you catch 2 touchdown passes against Dallas, if let alone 3, if you can do 3 of them, then you'll win my heart forever, all right? Then I might propose to you, okay? So just keep doing it, all right? I don't want to see any more mistakes. Now, at the same time, he's clearly in the doghouse because Brad Smith was getting snaps ahead of him.
Yeah, no, Brad Smith got knocked up pretty good on the one play there against the Titans. So yeah, if you see Brad Smith in the game ahead of you, that's a bad sign. So yeah, guy, but that's the thing, we talk about these guys like Brad Smith, James Casey, Trey Burton. These are all guys that they're on the team because they're very good on special teams, and they've helped that special teams unit out this year. So we'll see. I think if the Eagles want to win this game against the Cowboys, I kind of feel like they're going to need a big play on special teams to do it.
Yeah, to get that extra touchdown.
Yeah.
I agree with you. They have a good kicker in their own, and Dan Bailey.
Yeah.
So he at one point had like 20 straight field goals. It might have dated back to last season, but he's a really good kicker. I mean, he's better than Cody Parkey. Parkey's been outstanding. As great as he's been, love Parkey, but Dan Bailey's been on another level. I mean, he might be the best kicker in the NFL right now. So he's really good. But yeah, special teams, baby. So I guess let's see the time here. 2:50. So we got to end this show around 3. You got to get to work. So I guess we'll do prediction time, and we'll do quick picks, even though it's it's a little strange doing picks on a Tuesday.
Yeah. Oh boy. Yeah, I really feel like that this is going to be a 3-point game. It's going to come down to the wire. Probably going to come down to the last team that has the ball. I'm going to go with 30-27 Eagles. Hell of a game. I think that the Eagles are going to be able to get some pressure on Romo. Might even cause him to fumble once. Barwin probably will have another big game. McCoy should be able to go in a little bit, and I see Sproles with a big punt return in a key situation, but it's gonna be a battle all the way to the end.
I feel really good about this game. I really do. I like the way the Eagles are coming in here. I don't really necessarily like the way Dallas is playing. I thought their defense didn't play very well the last game. Unfortunately, God damn it, this I hope this Thanksgiving doesn't suck. But um, hmm, I said they were going to split against Dallas, and I still believe so. Um, yeah, this pains me, but I got the Cowboys winning 34-31.
Yeah, no, it's possible. I mean, it's really a coin flip game. I think it could go either way. But the thing is, if the Eagles turn the ball over, 2, 3 times, then they're not going to win. So it's really going to be Eagles are going to have to limit their mistakes. That's really going to be the biggest thing because they're going to need every possession that they can get. The Cowboys are going to come into this game and they're going to try to control the clock. They're going to run the ball a lot with Murray. They're going to try to take the ball out of the Eagles' hands. So the Eagles really got to capitalize on all their possessions, go down, get touchdowns. They've really got to come out and play like the Giants did in the first half, and just take control of the game, and then don't let it go like the Giants did.
Yeah, yeah, seriously. Yeah, but I feel good about the game. It just, I think to think that they're going to win 2 games against Dallas, I think it's a little bit unrealistic. But like I said, I feel good about it. All right, so rest of the games here, Week 13. We'll go through this really quickly because I know you got to get out of here. Chicago at Detroit. That's the other Turkey Day game. Wow. You know what? This is that time when the Lions start to falter, and they're coming off a nice little spanking by the Patriots. The Bears are playing a little bit better. I'm going to take the Bears in this one.
Yeah, you read my mind. I like
Damn.
the Bears too. The Lions just have looked horrible the last few weeks. I know it's Thanksgiving. I think they're going to play a little bit better, but at the same time, this is actually a pretty big game for the Bears. They can really get right back into the picture here, the playoff picture.
Yeah.
So I don't think the Bears will make it, but I think that they're playing better than the Lions right now.
Man, I thought I was going to sneak that one past you.
No, no.
All right. This is a good one on Thanksgiving Day night. Seattle at San Francisco. Now, there's like 2 questions to this one. Who would we rather have win, and who do we think's going to win? Now, I think because the game's in San Francisco, the Niners are going to win, and I think we want Seattle to win. Seattle's got a really tough stretch coming up, and the Niners not so much. So, we want both of these teams out of the playoffs. We don't want to play either of these teams. Say we're a 3 seed, we don't want to play these guys. So we want to play the Lions. We want to play Dallas. All right? We'd much rather play those 2 guys.
Yeah, no, I don't like the fact of facing either one of these teams in the playoffs, but I think with the 49ers at home in this one, I think they sneak it out.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's a big game there for both teams.
Yeah, this is like they're doing what the Eagles did with these 2 teams. They're playing 2 times in 3 weeks, and Seattle's got us next week. So, as tough as our schedule is, theirs is even tougher. So, yeah, I think the Niners need to win this game. Well, both teams need to win this game. They both have 4 losses. So, the loser of this game could very well, not make the postseason. That would be pretty extraordinary.
Yeah, no, yeah, you're right. So
All right, we got some shitty games on Sunday. Tennessee at Houston. Houston. That's
yeah,
all we have to say. Washington at Indianapolis. Indianapolis. I don't think we need to get into that one either.
yeah.
Oh, I'm focused on Indianapolis this week. Yeah, I'm focused on the Colts this week. Yeah, yeah. RG3, what an idiot.
Yeah.
Cleveland at Buffalo. I guess the Bills are going to play this one in their stadium. So, coming off a nice little thrashing yesterday against the Jets, but that was almost expected. Well, maybe not that badly, but this is going to be a good one. The Browns are 7-4. Um, Bryant Hoyer has been outstanding. He threw 3 interceptions in Sunday's game, but he leads them down the field en route to the game-winning field goal. Browns win again. Um, wow, this is tough. I kind of like the way the Bills are playing this year, so I'm going to go with the Bills.
Hmm. Yeah, this is a tough one. Well, Bills are at home. Yeah, I'll go with the Bills. We'll see if Johnny Manziel's entourage gets in a fight with any of the Bills fans before the game.
Oh, Johnny, Johnny, Johnny. Hmm.
Bad timing.
Yeah. All right. We got Giants at Jacksonville. Jesus Christ, these games suck this week.
Yeah,
I'll take the
Giants.
G-men. Put the Skids on a 6-game losing streak.
Yeah, the Jaguars are terrible.
Yeah. Cincinnati at Tampa Bay. That's another bad one. Bengals all the way.
Yeah.
Okay. Oakland at St. Louis. Rams.
Yeah, Rams.
All right. Oh. Carolina at Minnesota. Man. I'll just take the Vikings at home. That's another bad one.
Yeah, shockingly, the Panthers are somehow miraculously still not that division crown, but they are so bad that they're not even gonna win this game. So yeah, Vikings.
Man. The Saints are 4-7 right now, and they're like right in the thick of things. That's fucked up. Not fair.
And but the crazy part about this, I'll almost make a bold prediction that if the Saints win that division and get a home playoff game, they actually might win.
I agree with you. This happened to Seattle when they were 7-9. I predicted that too, because like the home field advantage is so good for them. Even though
Yeah.
Baltimore went in there on Monday night and beat them. Um, yeah, I agree with you. Saints at home in a playoff game with Drew Brees, even if they're 7-9, 6-10, they're gonna win that game. I believe that. Yeah, I'm right on with you. All right. San Diego at Baltimore. This one's not bad. Justin Forsett, obviously coming off that big game last night. The Chargers, the Chargers have kind of been sleepwalking the last month. But I like the way the Ravens are playing right now. I got Baltimore in that one.
Yeah, I gotta go with Baltimore too. They're at home. San Diego coming all the way from the West Coast. Yeah, it sounds like Baltimore gonna be cold there. So yeah, Ravens.
All right. Oh boy, Saints could go 4-8. Saints at Steelers.
Cool, man.
Ah man, you know what? I think Pittsburgh's overrated. I'm gonna go shocker here. I'm taking the Saints on the road, even though they never win on the road.
Yeah, I kind of feel like the Steelers are overrated too, but the Steelers are so inconsistent. You never know what team you're gonna get.
Yeah.
I have a feeling that they're gonna come out and play well in this game, so I'll go with the Steelers.
All right. Arizona at Atlanta. We'll do these really quickly. Man, it's already 3 o'clock.
Arizona.
Yeah, we'll take Arizona. New England at Green Bay. This is a really, really good one. I can't wait to watch this one. I'm taking the Patriots strictly for Eagles purposes.
Yeah, well, we're big time Patriots fans. This is a huge game. If the Packers win this game, they essentially win that division with this game because it's such a huge game, and the Eagles really need the Patriots to win that one.
And I think if they win this game, they're going to win they're going to get the number one seed because they play no one down the stretch. So, this is really like one of their lone tests coming down the stretch. So, yeah, I mean, it's going to be tough for the Patriots in Green Bay. Green Bay's playing absolutely, outstanding at home. But, yeah, Patriots. All right. Sunday night game, Denver at Kansas City. Chiefs coming off that, big loss. Oh, man. Denver on the road. This might be tough for them, but I got the Broncos. Broncos aren't playing that great, but I still think they win this one.
Yeah, I mean, this is a home primetime game for the Chiefs, so I got to say that I like the Chiefs in this one, and another reason I like them is I think that they're going to rally around Eric Berry. They just announced that he's going to miss the rest of the season, and there's a chance that he has lymphoma. So I think that that's kind of going to be a rallying point for them.
Wow, you actually just made a really good point there. But I'm not going to change my pick just because we need to have a difference.
Yeah.
Yeah. Now I'm like, yeah, I'm on the Chiefs bandwagon now, but I'll still keep the Broncos. All right, Monday night game is absolute shit.
Oh my God.
Jets at home against the Dolphins. I'll just take the Dolphins. That's it.
Yeah, the Dolphins, and well, Michael Vick looked so bad last night that apparently he injured his calf.
Of course
Now,
he did.
I don't think that was an injury. I think that he just got replaced by Geno Smith because he was playing so bad. Boy, I'll tell you what. I mean, the Eagles and Jets pretty much swap quarterbacks in Sanchez and Vick. And even though Sanchez hasn't been that great, he's playing a hell of a lot better than Vick because Vick looks awful.
Oh man. All right, before you go, really quickly, I want to get your thoughts on the Odell Beckham catch.
I mean, there's not much to say. It was just outstanding. One of the best catches ever. The freaking guy caught the ball with like 3 fingers.
Oh.
I didn't even know that was really possible, but he did it. And it's a shame because the Eagles, like, they really wanted this guy. They were high on him, but they just weren't able to move up and get him. Obviously, the Giants really wanted him, and it sucks. Now we got to face him and Victor Cruz for for many years to come. So don't like seeing that catch.
No. Yeah, he's going to terrorize us. I was talking about that yesterday. I was going to terrorize us for 10 years. Chip Kelly was, really, really high on the guy. He wanted him bad. Yeah, that was, oh my God. Oh my God. It set Twitter ablaze. It really did. The other thing, God, what was I thinking? Oh, do you remember the Jason Avant catch, one-handed? That's what that catch reminded me of. That's really what it did.
Yeah, no, yeah, it was a very similar type of catch. I would definitely say that the Beckham one was better.
Oh yeah,
but not to take anything away from Avant, but yeah, just the stage that it was on, and Beckham's was for a touchdown, so that makes it even better. The one thing about the Beckham thing is I want to know what the hell that cameraman was doing in the background. I mean, this guy is going to go down in history. I mean, he's going to be in that photograph forever. So, and he's got this like scared look, like, dude, you could have just taken that picture and made so much money. Instead, you're standing there and not focused on your camera, and like a scared puppy dog. I don't even know what the hell the guy was doing.
Oh yeah, I saw that photo on Twitter. That is priceless. Oh my God, he probably just got fired for that. I mean, like one of the greatest catches of all time, and he's not even there. But yeah, I completely agree with you. I mean, this went for 43 yards. We're talking about Avant's went for like 20. His went for 43, and he had Brandon Carr draped all over him. He was able to tiptoe down the sideline, contort his body. He was like back here, like my shoulder hurts, right? Just trying to even do that. So that was outstanding. It really was. We could probably talk about this catch for a lot
Yeah.
longer, but you gotta get the fuck out of here. So this is that time. Final thoughts.
You know, I mean, there's not much that needs to be said about this one. It's one of the biggest regular season games in Eagles history. Just because both teams are 8-3. It's in Dallas. It's on Thanksgiving. I mean, that's really all that needs to be said. The first time that we're playing the Cowboys on Thanksgiving since 1989. So obviously, for us younger folks, this is the first one that we're really going to remember. So it's going to be crazy. I mean, I'm excited. It kind of is. It's kind of nice that it's on like Thursday too, because today is Tuesday. So I mean, we're almost there. It's almost time for game day. So we're gonna have a long wait before the next game, but it'll be well worth it when Thursday comes around.
Yeah, I am super stoked. I can't wait to just get sloshed and watch this game. I'm really gonna cut back on the portions. What I'll probably do is like eat a little bit, and then after the game is when I'll really dig in. So
Yeah,
because like I can't, I can't fall asleep for this game. It's not gonna happen, and I know what that turkey can do to you. So maybe I'll just have like a little bit of stuffing, just a little bit, and then have some big stuff later.
yeah. I think that's a good route to go.
All right. So that being said, that's Mike Owens. I'm Adrian Fedke. Happy Thanksgiving, everybody. Take care.
So yeah,
Go Birds.
go
Go
Birds.
Birds. Take care, guys. Later.